Hey there, it is Faith Talk Live. I'm Rick Probst.
And I'm Dan Radcliffe.
There she is, comedian, author, and jiu-jitsu expert.
Yeah.
Kristin Weber. Kristin, how are you?
I'm good, thanks. How are you guys?
Doing good. You forgot accordionist, Rick. Don't forget, she's an accordionist.
Well, I was trying to get her a date. I wanted to kind of
Yeah, you probably want to leave that. That's like, I don't know. I think you probably pull that skeleton out of the closet after marriage, right? That's what you're doing. You hide your worst secrets until vows are done and it's all signed and sealed and they can't get out without.
Yeah, when your husband actually goes into the closet and sees it, it's like, whoa, what is this?
You play a what?
Not just that. I have enough accordions for every closet.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
I've become, you want to know my new little hobby that I never thought would be a hobby?
What's that?
People keep giving me accordions and I'm kind of at the max that I need. So I rehome them to other people. So I am an accordion
You're like an adoption agency for accordions.
Yes.
So you're saying that, see, when you started that, I thought you were going to say people give you like accordion pins, accordion socks, accordion cards and that, but they actually give you accordions?
They have given me just accordions that they find in their attic or that were passed down to them. They don't know what to do with. And so they're like, we don't know what to do with this. So you can keep it or give it away. And so I've put them in the hands of as many middle and high schoolers as possible. So
I'm sure their parents love that from you.
Yes.
I've got an idea. All right. I've got a brainstorm going on right here. Do you have an umbrella?
Do I have an umbrella?
Yeah, the brainstorm's coming. Here it comes.
It's in my car.
I'm having a brainstorm. All right. We just found out last week, I believe it was last week, that Lisa Anderson of the Boundless show.
Yes.
She is in need of an accordion. I think that would fulfill her life.
Mm-hmm.
So the next accordion maybe you could re-gift, make it a birthday, a Christmas, just a friendship present. But I think that would be a huge gesture on your part because don't you think so, Dan?
It would mean so much to her because just in hearing her talk, she was just enamored by the accordion. So I think so.
Really?
Yeah, she needs a little sanding on that sarcasm edge that she has.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that an accordion would humble her a bit.
Mm-hmm.
We can make that happen. We can expedite a FedEx delivery.
And if you happen to have any baby accordions, I have a grandbaby coming in August, and I think the grandbaby's parents would love it if he had an accordion. So
yes. Well, that's what I do for all my friends when they have babies is I get their baby a little mini accordion.
Perfect.
And that's, the legacy that I may never have kids of my own, but there will be tiny accordions all over the United States.
All thanks to Kristin Weber.
Kristin Weber here with us. We love hanging with her. I noticed on your Facebook page, that's a really cool picture you have there. You're on stage. And I don't know if that's an Aspire thing going on, or I know there's instruments up there. There's a band and it looks like you're doing some kind of spiel or something. But where was that? Do you remember? It looks really cool.
Hold on. Let me
or was that I know you do Huckabee every now and then, right? Was that the Huckabee show?
That was not Huckabee. Okay. That was a women's event last fall at a church in Ohio. Cedar Creek Church.
Okay.
In the north part of Ohio, that's close, right? Toledo. Yes, it was a really fun event. It was just, it was a blast. And then they gave me good pictures, which is just icing on the cake. So yes, that was from that. But it is always nice to get pictures that just make you look more impressive than you actually are. Cause there's so many shows you do as you're kind of paying your dues and stuff in this industry that it's like 7 people spread out throughout a coffee shop. None of them look like they want to be there. And you're like, we're just going to delete this and hope that there's no digital footprint back to it. So
that's funny.
Nice to
I don't know if Dan knows the story. I read this story on your Facebook. That's what I usually do. I'll go through Facebook and
stalk you
and social medias of guests just to see what I can dig up. But she was selling her book, which she does at her show, which is normal, right? And I guess a fan came up and bought it, and Kristin was going to sign it. And she said, "Do you want me to sign your book?" And he goes, "Nah." So,
so you signed it anyway, right?
Yeah, of course. I was like, well, I really want to, so I'm just gonna do it. The other one I got, I get this one every now and then. I was like, "Would you like it signed?" And they're like, "Sure." And another lady, this was a few months ago, was like, "Can't hurt." And I was like, that's the spirit. That's what I like to hear. That makes my ego
so excited.
Yeah, my ego just grew 3 sizes. Thanks, stranger.
have you ever wanted to just sign somebody else's name on there?
Absolutely. Well, I have a joke about that in like when I'm shamelessly plugging the merchandise that I'm selling in church lobbies. I tell them, I was like, I'll sign it. I was like, and I'll sign it like Jennifer Lawrence, so you can sell it for a higher price. Like, I'll sign it anything. I'll sign other people who are speaking. I'll sign their merchandise.
That's funny.
I'll sign anything with any name.
That's funny.
Kristin
Weber. So how are things going with the book? What have you heard? I mean, it's been out for a little while now, but what have you heard from folks?
The feedback has been really, really good. I have been surprised by the broad age range of people who've been impacted by it, from college all the way up through like 60s, 70s, and that age group as well. So I'm not going through great efforts to find every place that would have reviews. So I've pretty much limited to what I look at to be Amazon, because I have to go to there anyway to like send links and stuff. So I'll see some of those, and then just what gets sent to me, like my inbox. But somebody told me, they were like, don't on this journey, you don't need to like keep finding every place that would be writing reviews and leaving reviews. Honest feedback. You can't change anything at this point. I mean, like if I were going to write a follow-up book, it'd be helpful to hear, you know, what people are not liking. But at this point, you can't really change it. So unless it makes it to my personal inbox, I don't see it. So if there's negative stuff out there, I haven't seen it. I'm sure there is, but nothing comes with 100% positivity these days.
Right.
Very true.
I received some very, very kind emails and messages from people who've read it and enjoyed it, which is just, makes me happy to see that. And I save all of those for that one time that I do get the negative email, which cancels out like the last 100 positive emails that you get. It just takes one. And you're just like, I'm the worst. I should never write another word in my life ever again. Somebody didn't like what I said.
Yeah.
The book is called Adulting for Jesus, a book about purpose, trusting God, and burritos. And the other day we were talking about it, and I said tacos. I don't know why I said tacos.
Oh, yeah. And it's we're not trusting the burritos. It's like the little parentheses. It's obviously about burritos too.
Yeah.
Somebody said that they're like, Adulting for Jesus, a book about burritos. I was like, there's other things in there too.
More than just burritos.
Yeah. I was like, oh, that would be, I mean, and I'd read that book and then, I don't know, maybe eat it after. Who knows? But
tell us about some of your jujitsu experiences lately. It sounds like you've been working hard on that.
Yeah, because we told Lisa about the very first one you told us on the show back, years ago, when the guy came at you with a knife, and she was like, I've never heard that story. I said, well, you need to get with Kristin.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know that had that happen. I may not have just come up organically when we were talking about my book on her show. It's going well. I took some time off. Well, not a ton of time, 2 weeks off, because I got an ankle injury. Somebody trying to pass my guard. And it's just like, I was like, I can train around it, and it just kept getting hit. So I was like, I probably need to rest it. And it got back to doing really well. And then I went this morning, and somebody grabbed that foot for like an ankle lock and just wrenched it. And I was like, there we go. Just re-injured it all over again. But it was good. It's going well. I am now getting beat up pretty solidly by guys twice my size with, I'm sure they're holding back because they could probably kill me if they wanted to most of the time, but it does not feel like they are holding back. And I'm like, guys, I'm like half your size, and please don't.
Yeah.
But then I almost like broke somebody's nose today by accidentally, like,
good job.
Something, and it like popped him in the nose, and I was like,
sorry.
My bad. Yeah.
Now let me ask the mom question: are any of those guys single? I mean,
I'm sure they are. They're so much younger. Like, I don't know. They just feel like a bunch of younger brothers with way more wrestling experience than I have. So I'm like, please do not kill the person who was most likely old enough to be your mom. Thank you.
Yeah.
So, appreciate that.
Kristin Weber with us. Tell us about what you're doing. Are you on Aspire tour still? What shows you have coming up? What's going on there?
Yes, Aspire is back, and I'm back out kind of every other weekend until mid-May with them, which is great. I forgot how much I love TSA and airplanes. So just a joy to get to interact with them on a regular basis again.
And they love you. I mean, they're so happy to be there.
And they know, but they're starting to recognize the accordion though. So it comes through like every 2 weeks on the dot on a Friday. It's there. So they used to be like, you could tell because it'd be like going through, and I would watch their face, and they'd just be like looking up, and they'd be like, do like this double take.
Wow.
Now, do they? It's been a while since I mean, it's almost been 20 years since I've flown. Do they still check shoes? Do they still make you take shoes off these days, or what?
Now, I don't want to brag about my all of my privileges, but I have TSA pre-check.
Oh,
so I do not have to take off my shoes. I don't have to take my computer out of my bag, nor do I have to take my 3-ounce liquids out of my bag. And that is the closest I will ever come to feeling like royalty, is like just getting to keep everything in my bag. In the other lines, yes. In the commoner, in the peasant line, you have to take off.
The common filth. They have to take their shoes off.
Yes.
You know what I think, Dan? I think that some of these TSA folks have had mysterious accordions show up on their desks wrapped with a bow on them.
It could be.
It got flagged one time, and the TSA person pulled it out, and he opened it. He goes, I don't even know how to check this. He goes, you can go. And I was like,
this thing could be rigged with a bomb and you wouldn't know.
It's like it's a life of crime. Like, it really is. Nobody knows what to do with it. Like, you're not going to open it. Like,
oh man.
Yeah. I'm like, no, the wires there belong to the accordion amplification system.
Okay, just go.
Yeah. If TSA happens to watch this interview, I will never be flying with it again. But
yeah, that's funny.
Kristin Weber with us. So what's funny to you lately? What's something humorous that not necessarily a bit that you're working on or routine, but what makes you laugh? What makes you giggle here lately?
What makes me giggle? Oh, I have not been asked that question. And as soon as you asked that, I was like, do I even ever laugh? Anything funny? I have been getting a kick out of, we had at the church, I work at a church running their youth program, although they hired a full-time guy. So I'll stay on part-time, but it was funny. I was like, I don't know that I'm going to be the person to do this full-time. And like, nobody fought me on that. And I was like, nobody's like, she should be running an entire ministry by herself. But we're all on the same page. But I can stay behind and I work well with the students. So I'm just not good with organizing things. So on Saturday, they had their big fundraiser and we did a talent show. And after the talent show, we went to this like bowling alley arcade thing, but it was one of those where they have like a bar in the back.
So you took the kids to the bar?
Yes. You're beginning to see, you're like, nah, we're understanding why nobody's like, So, but with that said, so we did a picture slideshow as part of our fundraiser from like the last year. So they went to go order food, but because the other counter was closed, they sent everybody to the bar to order the food. So I just have a photo in this line of middle and high school students like at the bar. So I was like, next year's slideshow, I'm going to see if I can just get a bunch of pictures of the students this year, like standing at bars.
That's our part-time youth leader right there with the kids at the bar.
Yeah, but it's funny. They have like their little youth shirts on and there's just like all the alcohol right there. And I was like, oh man.
What a great picture.
I was like, you guys have had a tough day. I was like, you deserve it. You deserve it.
Perfect timing for like the local news station to show up, or the newspaper, or somebody like that to see that.
Well, it was funny too. So we did a lock-in last summer, and we did this scavenger hunt. And one of the things they had to do for their scavenger hunt was they had to find a police officer and take a picture with him. And so we get to the bowling alley on Saturday night. There's a group of like kids who probably need to be in youth group, smoking, and there's like I think they're just like vaping like crazy and all that. But there was a police officer there, clearly like calming down some situation that we came right after it. So the police officer is there, and the kids are like, "Oh my gosh, that's the police officer we took a picture with last year. Let's go say hi." And I was like, I'm working right now. I can just see them, like the little middle school girls, just like bouncing up while they're trying to.
Oh my gosh!
Do you remember us?
He's like, no.
He's like, oh no. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Kristin Weber with us. What else you got going on? Then we'll have to go to a break. You got any other shows? You're going to be on Huckabee again, or what's going on?
I think I'm scheduled to do their warm up at some point toward the end of the year, but they have not asked me back to be on the show at this point live. So that's okay. But my dry bar special should be coming out sometime later this year. Again, they haven't told me, so I'm just like, maybe everybody's just like, maybe if we just don't say anything, she won't ask. But there seems to be that theme, which, yeah, I don't know. No, it's good though. It's things are starting to get back to normal, and starting to get booked more. So now it's back to that balancing act of like, after doing nothing for 2 years, saying yes to everything, and then being like, oh, maybe I shouldn't say yes to everything.
Yeah.
Because then run around like a crazy person.
Right.
And I think we did talk to you when you were talking about recording for Dry Bar. You do two shows, right? And then they take the best. Do they take the best and edit them together? Or they say, nah, number 2 was better than 1? How do they do that? And do you get to see it beforehand? I mean, do you get to see it before it's released?
Yes, I will get final say on if I want anything cut or anything like that. They get first say, and that they'll cut whatever they think doesn't fit their brand. Okay. And then they'll send it to me. But from what I understand, though, it's like a 6 month to a year turnover. So I didn't do anything current event related at all. But yeah, I should get to see it, and then I will tell them to axe the whole thing, because I hate watching myself, and it's never. I become the most OCD perfectionist when I'm watching myself on, which is good. Like somebody pointed out, they were like, I mean, granted, that's the quality that's going to probably drive you to insanity, but also it's what drives you to keep improving and get better. Usually, often the people who watch and are like, oh, I'm amazing, that's great. Like you don't always improve that way. So while the critical mindset can drive you crazy and like keep you up at night, it also is the driving force behind improving. So it's just finding that balance.
It's a fine line. You got to walk the line.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, let us know when they do release it, and we'll push it and we'll watch it. We'd love to see it. Or maybe they could get your mom to look at it first before if she passes it on to you, and that way she says it's okay. So
I can already tell you she's going to tell me my ponytail was too tight.
Oh.
That will be my mom's criticism.
Leave it to mom.
Your ponytail is.
My pants had little elephant knees because I don't know. I just can't find pants that fit me well. They always bunch up at the knees, and it's elephant knees.
Leave it to mom to find the little things
my
like
mom
that.
does it. It's good. It prepares me because like when comments are not with something that has that much viewership, like comments are not always kind.
Yeah.
And so I was like, my mom beat you to it.
She already saw the ponytail. Huh?
Yeah.
And the elephant knees.
Yeah.
No, she's very supportive, but she I needed her with me to just double check all the things that I missed because I'm worried about my act. I'm not
right.
How
I
look is kind of a secondary.
Right.
She can be your fashion consultant.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, women who are like fashion savvy and aware of their presentation don't usually become comedians or don't often become comedians.
So when you go out on a first date, do you just right off the top just say I play the accordion and I have elephant knees? Is that what you do?
Yeah, well, I don't have elephant knees. Without shorts on, my knees are lovely. I mean, with shorts on, with pants on. Oh man, this just got real fast. Sorry. Did I mention I brought a bunch of middle and high school students
to a bar?
When I'm wearing shorts, I have amazing knees. It's the pants that I wear all like bunch up in the knee area. You can go look through, you can just scan through the pictures on Facebook from like that are like far back and just be like, oh yeah, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about.
No, everybody's gonna go through your Facebook looking at your knees.
Yeah, you can look and see there's elephant knees.
Yeah, do that and post that on our Facebook page, will you?
Yeah. I don't know why it's so hard to get pants that just fit properly. They all it's either like they look like bag pants or like elephant
super
pants.
tight. Yeah.
Apparently the Taylors were at the bar before the youth showed up, but
apparently,
it's a whole nother story. KristinWeberOnline.com. Check out her stuff. Check out her Facebook page as well. And if she comes to a venue near you, absolutely go. And we'll let you know when the Dry Bar Comedy is released. Kristin, good to talk to you. We'll talk to you in a few months to see what's up. Let's take a break. We'll be right back. I'm Rick Probst.
And I'm Dan Ratcliffe.
This is Faith Talk Live.